Welcome to meditation. I'm Rebecca Leary, and I teach the Gentle Yoga for Cancer class on Tuesdays at noon, right here on Zoom. This practice today is for healthcare workers, cancer survivors, caregivers, and anyone who's curious about the healing benefits of mindfulness. Together, we'll explore different meditation techniques, including guided imagery, single focus, and mindfulness. This class is perfect for beginners and people who want to deepen their meditation practice. Studies indicate that mindfulness is an effective tool for managing stress, fear, and pain, decreasing anxiety, and improving well-being. You don't need anything for class, just a place to sit or lie down comfortably. I think you'll find that it's very powerful to meditate in community. I wanted to say also that in some forms of meditation, the instruction is to get settled and then not move. And that is not the case in the meditation that I teach. If you are sitting and you start to feel uncomfortable, please readjust, find a comfortable position. That said, we want to try and ignore those little itches and twitches, wanting to scratch your nose and fix your hair, and to try and sit in stillness. So take a moment to find your position, feeling your contact with whatever is the ground for you, if that's the floor or the couch if you're sitting cross-legged. Really feel your contact with the earth beneath you, the comforting sensation of the ground. And then take a moment to notice your sensory environment. What do you see in your space? What is the light like? Feel free to close your eyes or take a soft gaze and notice how that changes it for you. And then begin to notice what is underneath your fingertips or your seat or your feet. What are the textures that you can feel? Are they smooth or bumpy, cool or warm? What are the sounds that you hear close by in your space and also further away? And then bring your attention more deeply, more deeply inward to your own breath. Just noticing, when I say feel your breath, where do you notice it? Is it at the tip of your nose or the back of your throat? Maybe in heart center in your chest or belly? Pay attention to that spot through several breaths. How does the inhale differ from the exhale? Can you begin to trace a breath from beginning to end? From the moment of inhalation, where does the breath go? What is the sensation of filling with air? And when is the moment that the inhale becomes the exhale and the breath leaves? And then the moment when the body decides to breathe again. The body breathes without any input from us, but we can also change our breath. And by changing our breath, we can change our physical feelings and our emotional, psycho-social feelings. So we practice. Let's take 5 breaths right here, trying to stay with it from start to finish. And after your fifth exhale, release and come back into your natural breath. Trying to notice if you feel any change. For some people, breath-focused meditation is uncomfortable. As soon as you're asked to focus on your breath, it becomes hard to breathe, or you feel impaired in some way. So please take a moment to notice how that felt for you. We'll be going back in a little while. And sometimes focusing on a different sensation other than breath can be very healing. So we'll talk about that as we continue. In insight meditation, that's this form, we sit or lie down and get quiet, focusing on the sensation of breath or another sensory input in the body. Thoughts and emotions come up. We notice them and might even identify the thought, thinking, or the feeling, sadness, frustration, joy. But without getting caught up in the story and going down a rabbit hole, without judgment and with great compassion. So as we sit, breathe, and notice, we create some space between our thoughts and feelings and the self that notices those thoughts and feelings. Then we can return our attention to the breath. The Yoga Sutras, an ancient text, explains that we have an underlying state of health and happiness that is unchanging despite our circumstances. Mindfulness allows us to peel back the layers, to recognize our innate wholeness of indestructible well-being and ease our suffering. People who meditate regularly aren't free from intruding thoughts and feelings of distraction or despair. They've cleared a path to notice and recognize what's coming up without getting caught up, and they walk the path daily. I have a morning ritual. I wake up, come up to my office, which is also my yoga space, and I do a brief practice of yoga before sitting for meditation. I sit for anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes. Then I journal anything that comes up. Maybe it's a word or a recurring thought that came up for me. Anything that I notice. And during COVID, my synagogue has started a weekday morning chant and meditation over Zoom. It's 15 minutes. And it's led by our rabbi and other folks, and me. I lead occasionally. It's been a real anchor during this time. This entire practice sets me up for my day. My favorite definition of mindfulness is being present without judgment and with great compassion. So let's take our time and begin to drop in once again, feeling your feet on the ground, allowing eyes to close, or if you prefer, take a soft gaze. Sometimes the gaze at something and allowing it to get blurred can be the best anchor. Begin to notice your surroundings. And how the body is feeling today. Starting at the top of your head, let's scan down the body, relaxing the muscles of your face, the spot between your eyes and your eyebrows. Smoothing out your forehead, releasing your jaw. Let your teeth part just a little bit and soften your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Relaxing through, relaxing through your neck and shoulders. We carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. You could even draw them up for a moment, squeezing them up towards your ears, and then let them drop, falling away. Softening in heart center, allowing the breath to move through. Allowing your arms and hands to be relaxed. Maybe they're sitting on your lap, on the arms of your chair, wherever they are, lying against the ground. Feel each fingertip, the pulse of energy through your hands. Soften in your middle body. Allow your belly to be soft and expand with each inhale and exhale. Without holding. Relax through your hips. Let your legs be heavy. Soften at the knees and ankles. Releasing through your feet. Trying to feel each toe and the pulse of energy there. With each inhale, sit just a little bit taller. Or if you're lying down, just extend a little bit longer. With each exhale, soften and let go, dropping in to the earth beneath you. If you're sitting, sit up with an elegant spine, trying not to be too slumped. That can impair your breathing. Inhaling, reach the crown of your head for the sky. Exhaling and drop down into the earth. Become a conduit of energy, moving from earth to sky, sky back to earth. Feeling the breath flow through the body. As any thoughts or emotions pop up, just notice. Without judgment, with great compassion. And come back to the breath. Returning again and again. And now let's begin a countdown of breath, starting at the number 10, and with each exhale, come down from 10 to 9, etc. And then we'll move into a period of silence for about 10 minutes. Begin to deepen your breath, bringing small movements into fingers and toes. When you feel ready, bring your palms together and begin to rub, creating some friction, some warmth. And when your hands are feeling nice and warm, bring them up and cup your eyes, allowing the heat to penetrate. And then slowly blink your eyes open and release, palms down. As we meditate, we create some space between ourselves, our innate wholeness, and our thoughts. Breathe into that space and take it with you for the rest of the day. Let's seal our practice with one chant of Om for the community we create when we practice together. If you'd like to join, bringing hands to heart center, we'll inhale together. Om Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me and with each other. There is something dynamic in meditating in community.